Hello, in this video, I want to share with you this AR system that I built, and I sell this on my website. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description. If you purchase this item on my website, you get 10% off. So look for the coupon in the description as well. So this item is very similar to the AR dashboard that I sell, but this item has more automation. So in this system here, you can generate an invoice with one click, and then also you can email it automatically to your client as well. And then you can also create a customer statement as well. So the customer statement will show all the invoices and all the outstanding balance for that customer, and you can generate the customer statement with one click and also email this statement to your customer as well. So it's very much automated compared to the AR dashboard that I sell. So first, let me go through each of the tab, and then we'll go through an example so you can see how it works. So if you purchase the item, you get 9 tabs. So the first tab here is the setup tab. So here is where you input in your company name, and it'll flow to the invoice and customer statement. And here you can set up all of your drop-down menus. Anything in yellow, you can edit them to your specific needs. Anything that's gray, you should leave that alone. And then here you can set up your invoice prefix, your starting invoice number, and the padding, basically how many characters you want. And I have a little bit of a note here as well. And then this customer or database here is where you set up your customer information, just like the AR dashboard that I saw. So here you can set up your customer name, main contact, their phone number, their email, customer type. So this drop-down menu comes from the setup. So that's why it's important to do the setup before you start on the customer database. And then you can select the referral type, the account status, payment terms, and then here invoice method, and then tax information, their credit limit. So you can set up all these information for your customer, and this is your customer database. And then here you can attach any documents as well, so you can click on it later on for future reference, right? So once you set that up, you also have an item setup. This is where you can set up all your service and product list. So you can just create an item ID, their item description, the category, the description here as well, and then the unit price. And then once you have set that up, so on the invoice, how you create the invoice is you go here and you just select any customer, for example, sample or customer company LLC. Once you select that, the address and phone number and email that's associated with this customer automatically pop up. And then the issue date will always show today. The only reason why I chose 2035 is because I have that manually set up, so I can show you an example here. And then the invoice number will automatically create that for you. So for example, in this AR tracker, you can see that I have 18 invoice, right? So it goes in numerical order. So this is 18. So the next invoice will be 19. So it automatically create that for me. And then for this customer company LLC, you can see the term is net 15. The reason why it's net 15 is because we have that set up. So for example here, see, we have set up the net payment as 15, and then the tax rate is 10%. So you can see your net 15. So the due date, it will automatically calculate. So we issue today, or on the 15th, October 15th, then net 15 will be October 30th, 2035 is when it's due. We have PO number, and you can input in the PO number. And in here, you can select any item ID, right, that you have set up. And the item name, description automatically pop up, and the price for it will automatically pop up. You just need to put the quantity, right? And it automatically calculates the subtotal and the tax amount. So the tax amount here, remember we had this as 10% for this customer, 10% right there. And automatically calculate it, right? And here you can edit this description if you charge a different fee, and you can edit this as well. And so here, once you're happy with how this looks, and I forgot, you can put your logo, business logo here, insert in here if you like. Once you're happy with how this looks, you can just go to this AR system, click preview and send invoice, and then a box will pop up, and then you can see how the invoice look like. So when you click on this, you can see that this is the the PDF here. That's how it would look like. So at this stage, what you can do is you can print this. You can see you can print this to PDF if you want, or print it out on your printer. But if you're happy with how this looks, and you're like, this is the final version where I want to send to my client, Then you can close this out, and then you can, add optional notes if you want. And if you want to send this copy, you can to your send a copy to yourself, you can. So I'm not going to put any message, I'm just going to hit send. So once you hit send, it's going to attach that invoice, and then it'll send this invoice 19. So let me just go here. So you can see that automatically send, right? So you can see invoice 19 from ABC Company LLC, and it'll say hi customer company LLC as an example, right? So when you update the customer name, it will say the customer name. Please find attached invoice for the amount. Payment is due accordingly to the invoice, right? And then you can see that it's attached here. So it's pretty neat. And then another cool thing is, once that is sent, it'll automatically flow to this AR tracker. All the information from that invoice will flow to this AR tracker. So you don't have to do anything, right? So you can see all the invoice amount, the total invoice amount. This here I'll talk about it later. And then you can see here like what is the due date and whatnot, right? I mean the aging bucket and whatnot. Okay, so here we go to the payment log. So here, after you send out the invoice, right, then you need to collect payment. So let's say on 10 15, or maybe 10 11 20 35, the client pays you, right? So you can put any payment ID if you want as your reference, and you can select that invoice number, and that customer and the total invoice amount will show up. So here, let's say they pay $1,000, right? And then if you have any finances charged, you can add that as well, and you can make them whatever they pay, or ACH, right? And let's say they pay twice, right? Maybe on another day they pay again. So 10 12 20 35, they pay again for that same invoice. You can just go there and do that, right? And then how much they owe left, 345.30, right? So again, they pay ACH. Now we go to this AR tracker. You can see that this balance is paid in full, right? There's no balance, it's paid, right? It's pretty cool. So you just need to enter in the payment log here, and you can see that because it's multiple days, so that's why this AR tracker says day paid is multiple. If they pay one time, it just gives you that one date that you enter. Balance due, there's zero balance due because they already paid everything. All right. Again, if you have finance charges or whatnot, you can add it here, and that information will flow here, right? And then this is the total amount they paid. And then you can see here the payment progress 100%, it's paid. Days overdue 0, and this is aging bucket is paid, so it doesn't matter for the aging bucket because it's already paid. And then you can put notes or communication or follow-up information if you need to follow up on the invoice as well. All right. Well, that's a very neat thing about the system. Everything is very automated. So, if you ever need to send out an invoice, or not, I'm sorry, not invoice, a customer statement, like the customer wants to know, okay, like what are the invoices that you've given me, this year or this month, I want to know, like, can you give me a customer statement? So what you can do is you can enter any beginning and end date for that customer, and the customer ID will automatically pop up that you have set up in the customer database. And then it will show, and then you just need to select the customer name. So let's say you select this customer for this period. It just shows here you sent out an invoice, and this invoice number, due date, invoice amount paid, date paid, and the balance due 0, aging bucket is paid. But let's say you pick some other customer. Let's say we do customer company LLC. You can see we sent out let's see, 3 invoices for this period. So this where you can just enter in any date you want, right? Like that. So it can just be 1 month or 1 year. And you can do 1/31, 2035. So anything that's within that period, it automatically pop up. But because I want to show you how this works, so we can do a whole year, and you can see in this entire year we sent 3 invoices to this customer, right? And here, if there's any finance charges, you can add that as well. So like, because they didn't pay or whatnot, you can add in the finance charge, right? So automatically this is the invoice amount, this is the amount that they paid, and then plus the finance charges is the remaining balance due. All right. And then if this looks good, then all you need to do is go to AR system, hit preview and send customer statement, and then it'll generate the customer statement for you in a PDF form. So you can see here, same message box as the invoice. You just click here and you can see what that looks like. So this is what it looks like here. And if you're happy with this, you can either print it out or print it to PDF. And then you can add notes if you like. And again, you can add your logo here. I forgot to mention that. You can add any optional message here, and then you want to send a copy to yourself for future reference, you can too. And if you're happy with it, you can just hit send email, and then and it'll send the email to your customer, and it'll attach the invoice as well, or the customer statement, sorry. So let me see. So you can see here, account statement right here from ABC Company LLC. So it says, hello, attach, please find your statement for the period. And then, so you can see the period we have entered is this and this, right? So you can see it did that correctly. And then here is the attached statement, right? Pretty neat. So everything is automated for you with this system. And then here's the AR aging bucket. So here, this, you don't need to do anything. Basically, after you created the invoice, it automatically flow to the AR tracker. And then once you log in, the payment also flow to AR tracker. And this here, it automatically keep track of the aging bucket. And this is just a view of the aging report. And you can print this out as well, right? Just highlight this and go to File and go to Print and go here, select Cell, Portrait, right? And you can print this as well for your reference. And then here's the cash flow projection. So here you just put in, actually let me go up here first. So it'll tell you if there's any balance due today, next 7 days, next 30 days, and 30 plus days, right? So this is kind of like a mini dashboard. And here you can put any begin and end date. So let's say we do 1/31/2035, and you can see this is the only customer for that period, right? But if we expand it for the entire year, you can see these are all your customer invoices that you send, due date, invoice amount, and then the risk level, aging bucket, risk level. Okay, and then here is the cash flow projection. So you can select any year you want to take a look at. If you're in year 2035, you just select that year, and then it'll show you the expected cash in and actual cash in, and then your net cash flow for that month, and essentially showing you for the entire year. And then you get a AR projection or cash flow projection per month for that year that you've selected. So again, this is like AR system that you can purchase, and by using this, I believe it could help you save you a little bit of time, because it can help you generate the invoice and track your payments. So if you're interested in this, again, check out the link in the description. And if you see this and it's something that you think can help you, but you want it customized to your specific workflow and you need something more, reach out, because we do customization as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or concern, please reach out. Thank you.